Hello, Wormies. I hope you are doing really good. Here's your girl, Joanna, back at it again for a booktube video. I know I have been lost once again, and I am sorry for leaving you guys, but it's just that my life has been hectic, really hectic since I started my master's degree. And well, as you can see, this is a totally different background because I moved out of my house and so I can live closer to campus. And since I will traveling was going to be really hard for me. Like thinking about like traffic, the amount of money that I will be going into the gas, food, and I'm not expensive. It was practically the same amount of money, and if not even more. So yeah, I have been doing good. It's a really great experience living alone. I miss my family. I also miss my cats, but yeah, it's a really interesting thing to be here. But yeah, aside from that, like my master's, I am on my second trimester of my master's degree, and it's been good. But I don't have labs until the third trimester, so I am missing that, like the lab experience and stuff, because you know. Anyways, I'm having that, and also the being a student representative in different forums in the camp in college is pretty stressing right now, especially since there have been some situations, and yeah, it's been really interesting. But okay, I'm here as you saw in the title for a book review. Yeah, I have not done one of these in a while because the few I have done, they have gone really wrong, because I don't know how to talk about this without spoiling books and stuff like that. But yeah, I am. It's currently 2024, and first of all, Happy New Year, Happy holidays, happy everything, because I know I'm super late. And my goal this year is to read 100 books. I know it's really tough. Last year was 50 and I was not able to make it, but I am hoping that I can make it this year. So I am going. So I started good in January. I just read one book, and it's the one I am going to do the review today. And I have it on my Kindle right now. If you don't know, Kindle is this. Oh, don't look at that. It's horrible. Anyway, it's like an iPad or e-reader that is from Amazon. This one is the 2018 version, and is mine. I bought it in 2020 or 2021, something like that. I bought it when this one was kind of new, and it was interesting to see. Yeah. I was not using it as much because I am more of a, I need my book here. I want to see it. I want to read. I want to cross the pages and stuff like that. But I decided to start using it more because I invested in it for a reason. First of all, I started a series because of one of my sister's friend, Maria Victoria. If you're seeing this girl, this book, you didn't tell me. But anyways, the books that I read is called Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. And let me see. I don't think I can show you the. Okay, so this is the book Ice Planet Barbarians. I don't know if you can see it very well, by Ruby Dixon. This is the book one, and there are like 20 something books. But I bought it on January 7th, 2023, so last year. And I started reading it until like 20%, even halfway through. And then I was like, I need, college and stuff. And yeah, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to finish this. And I finished it. It was really interesting, I will say that. Because I did not knew this was a spicy book. It had sexy moments in it. And it was really weird because out of nowhere, it was like they were doing it. And I was like, literally, I was like, what am I reading? I did not know this, but yeah. Okay, so I started Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. It's a series that it's interesting. I have never like read sci-fi that like pretty intensively. So I'm more like fantasy and stuff, but this is sci-fi, a spicy sci-fi romance. So there are aliens that are abducting humans from planet Earth, and they. I'm sorry if you hear sound, but it's Puerto Rico. Anyways, they're abducting humans, and well, so they can sell them in the market in space and stuff like that. And what they decided to do is, anyway, they had an accident and they landed on this planet that was iced. Like it was, they said that it was like Antarctica or something, and they were freezing. They were freezing because they were two group of girls. Ones that were like conserved in like test tubes, and they were floating there with the liquid, and they were another ones that are like the extras, the extra cargo, just in case something happens to the ones that are like the main cargo. So um so our main character, Georgie, she was abducted and she was with the other ones. She was not part of the main character, so she was like fully awake. And she was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And they explained to her that there were aliens and that they are going to sell them like living stock so they can eat them and rape them and stuff like that. So there is one of them, I don't remember her name. She has like an implant in her ear, so she understands what the aliens are saying, but she doesn't speak the alien language. So she's like the translator. And yeah, that's how they start. There is an accident. They decided that the compartment where this cargo was, and they decided to eject it and then come back again for it. So this planet, they call it not Hoth. That is a sour reference. So they decided we're in not Hoth. So what are we going to do? Georgie was the least injured one from the landing. So yeah, part of it they decide. Oh, they were able to kill an alien. I forgot to say that they were able to kill an alien, and they took his clothes or their clothes, because I don't know the gender, but the clothes of the alien. And Georgie put them on, and she started walking. Then she meets an alien from this planet that it's over 7 foot tall. I don't know how that is in meters, so I'm so sorry for people that use those measurements in the United States. And in Puerto Rico, we use that. So yeah, I know some parts of the some countries in the American continent use you know I forgot the name of that in English. International measuring system. So like Mexico or Mexico, if you want to say it in English, and other stuff. But in Puerto Rico, we use foot, um, inches. We use pounds instead of kilograms and stuff like that. Anyways, that's not. But anyway, they are above 7 foot tall. They are blue or different shades of blue depending on the alien. They have blue eyes, like glowing blue eyes, and stuff like that. Well, these aliens, they are a species that has been there for a long time. In the beginning, you think that they are like native to this planet, but then in a moment, you understand that they are not. And then they are a species that is practically dying because there are only four females in their tribe, which they are all mated. They are all mated to another male, and there are more men. In summary, there are more males than females. And the thing is that they have a symbiote that helps them live there in that planet. And the symbiote chooses their mate. Well, once the symbiote chooses their mate, or they resonate, as what they called it, they resonate, or they start purring, like Georgie says. Well, it's practically marriage. And yeah, the four females are in their tribe. They're already mated to another ones and stuff like that. But yeah, the thing is, Georgie meets Vectal or Vectal. Well, I said it more in Spanish, but Bechtel, and he is the leader of the tribe, and he resonates for her. She doesn't because she doesn't have the symbiote that is called a Kui. And practically, they meet. She's scared as fuck. He resonates for her and cares for her and stuff like that. And they have sex, quite a lot of sex actually, because they're a really sexual tribe. And yeah, the thing is, Georgie finds Bechtel, and they are going to return to. They want to return with supplies and stuff so they can save the other humans, and so forth. Well, the thing is that the continuation of the books is that each female human that was abducted actually gets the symbiote, and they resonate for another male, for a male, and stuff like that, and they have more children and blah 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 and stuff like that. Okay, that's the main issue of the book. And okay, so I will say this: I like this book. I like it. It's really weird. I don't like, again, I didn't know this was spicy stuff. Like, I was like, and I know this is like nothing spicy compared to other books that there are out there. Like, an example that I know I will be like, they are saying, like, a friend of mine is saying, like, you have to read this, is Akotar. Like, I have not read any Sarah J. Maas books, but this friend of mine is like, you have to read I Court of the Roses. And I'm like, okay, I will read it. And then apparently my phone hears me, especially TikTok. And TikTok is like, this is the order to read all of Sarah J. Maas books. And I'm like, TikTok is not doing this. And then I saw the TikTok, and I'm like, I talked to her today, and she was like, and I was like, do you know what you are making me enter? Like, you know what you are getting, like, do you know what you are getting myself into? And she's like, yeah, I know. Start with Aquatart. And like, okay, God, I will try. But the thing is that, yeah, I know those are even more spicy than this one, probably. So, my favorite character so far, I don't like, okay, of this book, is probably Bechtel. He's the alien that is mated to Georgie. I don't like Georgie because she can be even, like, the way she acted is like, oh, I am a damsel in distress, so let me, like, instead of saying, like, for example, like, no, I'm not going to sleep with you, I have to rush into doing this stuff, I have to get back to the other people and stuff like that. She's like, oh well, I will be happy to have sex with you because I have been so alone and blah blah. And I don't like that. It's like, girl, there are people that are depending on you to survive. Like, cut it, go back to the ship with people. But yeah, the thing is that Bechtel is like really sweet. He was like, oh my god, like, I found my resonance, I have to protect her and blah blah. And that was sweet, but at the same time, it's like, the same thing, like, nah. But it's really weird. I really say that. Anyways, I like Victor. I think he's my favorite character because literally, like, the whole book is mainly focused on Georgie and Bechtel. And, well, you get some of it, like, uh, how can I say this? She is not relatable to me. So I don't like her as much. What I do find, like, a character that was mentioned so little, but I somehow love. I was like, I know I will like this guy. Is Rahosh, whatever. I don't know how to say it. He's from the second book actually. Um, so far, I am liking more the second book because one of the other females that was in the cargo bay, in the cargo compartment, called Liz, she's the most relatable one out of every one of them so far because she's like, hell no, I am not going to get a husband. I am not going to get that symbiote on me. I am like, she is, the typical, in a way, typical human that is like, I am not going to accept this. Maybe I will accept it, but I will not accept that this parasite that is going to be inside of me will be choosing my husband. And she's like, in her book, because I'm reading the second one that is hers, and she's like, I know Georgie is like, she says, I know Georgie is like wowed away by big blue alien dick, but I am not. Like, I don't care. I am not going to blah blah. So yeah. So I liked it. It's a great like, you don't have to read this book in order, in these books in order, as I have been told, but I think reading them in order can be like more timelined in a way, you understand, because I am like, if I read Liz's book first instead of Georgie's, I will be like, how the fuck these aliens came in here and stuff like that, do miss those details, but like, Liz says something about it in her book, but really, you know like superficial, scratching the surface, but Georgie explains it everything and stuff like that. Well, the thing is, that's practically it. The book is, you know Georgie getting out, meeting McTowell, and they have sex, of course. And they go from a cave to the cargo bay, and from the cargo bay to the mountains where they live, where McTowell's tribe lives, and with all of the males that can help. So they go back into the cargo compartment. They rescue them and heal them. Some of the guys resonate for some of the females and stuff like that. And they put the symbiote in them, and that's it, practically. And then they see the aliens coming by, but they do not nothing to them because they took out their GPS and threw them in a cave with a lot of animals. So yeah. So, what is my rating of this book? I think I will give it a 3 for the fact that there was not, okay, you have like a really a base for it, but you are not like, yeah, character development and stuff like that. You don't have that. It's like spice. I like it, but I don't love it. It's, but again, so far the second one is getting better because Liz is a more relatable character compared to Georgie. So yeah. My book review is, you want to get into series, I recommend you to read the first book because you know what happens in the timeline. But the second one is so far better, and I'm like, I don't know, 20% in or something, and I'm reading them on my Kindle, and the price for the first one was $3.99 or something like that. I will check that. Let me see. Oh shit. The price for the first one is $2.99, $3 for the first one, and for the second one it was like 4. Yeah, I'm 22% in, and Liz resonates with Rahosh, and yeah, it's really interesting because even though they are like the same species of aliens, they are all different because Bectal is more like a bluish, like blue, but not like pure blue. It's like a deep navy color, I imagine him, and Rahosh, on the other hand, it's like I imagine him like a charcoal gray, but with a blue, that navy, like really dark navy undertone there. So I imagine him like that. So yeah. So far, that is my opinion on this book. My rating is 3. My favorite character is Vectal, and I don't know how to like compare it in spice level because again, this is my first book and I'm reading the second one. Like my first spice book, and I will be compared with Ruby Dixon as of now because I will be reading this, like some of the books here of the series. So then when I move to Avatar, I can compare it to Sarima Spice, so I can like say it. So yeah. So far, I liked it. I really liked it. But again, comparing it with the second book, the 22% I am in, I prefer the second one by far right now. because again, Liz is a more relatable character. I will be like her. I will be stubborn. I will be like, I don't want a husband. I want my freedom. I want to be me. I like, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. A 3 out of 5. uh I recommend it if you want to try, like, if someone if someone is interested in sci-fi or is open to trying it and they want to explore this, start exploring spicy book, I will recommend this one. It is easy to understand, um and the spice again is something usual in a way. It's nothing like oh my god, they are like, like 50 Shades of Grey with BDSM and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Favorite character is Vectile, and Spice I cannot compare it. So spicy. So yeah, I think that those are all of my thoughts today. But sincerely, I think these aliens are really interesting thing because they care for their mates. I like that actually. Like how they explain they care for their mates. It's like they're like, like a gem, like a precious gem, like they have to protect them and stuff like that. But again, if they like Georgie sometimes says no or something like that, like Beital, like she's like he's like, oh okay, I respect that. That stuff. But yeah, that is basically it on this review. I'm sorry, I am going to watch a YouTube tutorial to make more book reviews, but I wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to give you an update on my life. Also, yeah, I cut my hair like quite a lot, and I wanted to start making more videos because I want to. That's another goal I have for me. I want to be more active again on my social media and stuff like that, and start sharing what I want and creating a community and stuff like that. I know that's typical influencer stuff, but it's really genuinely what I want. And I want to get back into a habit of reading, and I have been doing pretty good. It's 1 month into 2024. I have completed a book. I am currently reading also Bridgerton, the first one, the Dukanai, sorry, and I'm 14% into that book. And yeah, that's everything. But um thank you so much for tuning in. I even forgot my wow. Anyways, thank you so much for hearing me speak. Actually, I hope you are everyone doing well, and I will do a bookish. I think I may be more active on TikTok, saying it's easier for me to do a 1 minute format content than this one. But I like to talk. That's the thing. It's a mix. But yeah, I will try to do as best as I can to upload one video weekly. I promise. I promise. I will try my best to do it. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. And remember to stay bookish. Bye.